It's June 17th, kind of a cool, refreshing morning here in Northeast Ohio. It's been hot and humid. They said we had a heat dome settle over us, and it lasts for several days. And I'm glad to see, hopefully, it's moving on. Still got a little bit of smoke in the air from the wildfires. Not as bad as yesterday. I still smell it a little bit. I think we're supposed to be getting some rain tomorrow, which should help alleviate all of that. And I don't know what's going on in Canada. I did read something about forest mismanagement or something. They're not taking care of the cleaning up the brush, and who knows, maybe somebody's setting a fire. But it's a shame that we have to breathe it down here. There's really no escape. So um, it's just weird. The weather just makes me wonder. Over the past few years, I've been hearing all kinds of different phrases like heat dome, derecho, bomb cyclone, lake effect rain. Now, we've always had lake effect snow here in Northeast Ohio, and that's basically the winds coming over the lake from Canada. Um, Before it freezes, it picks up a lot of moisture, and that kind of adds to our snow totals here in the snow belt, which if I'm still doing these videos, I'll show you some of the big snows we get, if we get a big snow this year. Sometimes we dodge a bullet on that, and other times we really get hit hard. We'll see what happens. So I did a little more work yesterday evening on the gazebo floor. I videoed part of it, so I'll show you that next. And then hopefully today I will have all the decking on, and wait for the rain that we're supposed to get tomorrow, and then start on building the gazebo. So I'm going to get to it. Talk to you later. I got it all hooked up and ready to move. The plan is get it over, get it in place, recheck the square, and then I have these ground anchors that I'm going to put in. Once I have them in, I'm going to lift this back up again and spread out a vapor barrier, and then set it back in place. And then I will use lag bolts to lag the frame to the anchors, so that way it should be good and secure in any real strong winds. So I'm going to jump on the tractor and get it moved now. Okay, I got it set in place, and it is square. So I used my copper divining rods I have electric, water, and geothermal running through here. I was going to make sure that these ground anchors weren't going to get anywhere near that, and they're not really that long anyway. I purposely got short ones. It may be overkill putting them in, but I'll just feel better knowing that the base is locked down, so if we do get a big wind, it's probably not going to topple over. So now I'm going to run the ground anchors in, and once I do that, I'm going to lift this back up and then lay down the plastic sheeting, and then set it back in place, and then bolt these corners to the ground anchors. I'll show you how that looks in a little bit. Okay, I think I got a wrap for tonight. Rechecked the square, everything's good. I got the anchors in, got the bolts in. As you can see, the plastic is down. Cut off the excess, so it's anchored on all four corners. Should be able to withstand some pretty strong winds. So, again, like I said, I don't know if I was doing overkill or not, but I'll just feel better knowing that it's going to have some resistance to getting blown over by the wind. And the gazebo itself is good for up to 100-mile-an-hour winds, so it's a good sturdy structure. So anyway, that's it. I'll probably start putting the decking on tomorrow. I got part of the decking moved over here. I'm going to be laying it out and getting it in place. I couldn't haul it all at once because it was too much for this little tractor. It was actually lifting the rear tires off. So this wood is very wet and heavy, and I need to get it down and screwed in before it starts twisting and turning. Then after that, it's really difficult to work with and don't have as good of an outcome. So what I'll do is I'll butt it up tight because it is going to shrink. Normally, if it were already dry, I would leave a little bit of space in between for it to expand if it gets wet. But like I said, since it's already wet, I'll bun them up tight, and then I'll go get the other bunch and get started on screwing them down. I got the decking all laid out. Next step is to snap some chalk lines so I can screw down into the joists. Um, so I'll get started on that here in a little while. But just wanted to talk a little bit about President Trump's speech last night. It was pretty lackluster. I think that everything he said is stuff I've already read about before. Of course, now supposedly he's going to, or already has, released the classified documents that are proof of the election frauds and the mismanagement of the whole election cycle. So we'll see what comes of that. But I noticed two of the main networks, they didn't broadcast the speech, and the third one, which I was watching, I have a very limited amount of channels. I have a little antenna on the house, just a little round antenna that picks up signals from Erie, Pennsylvania, and I get several channels, but only two actually were broadcasting the speech. And the first one that I found was, I think it was CBS, and I was surprised how they, well, he was still speaking. They cut in and started with their commentary about he has no proof and this and that. And then I realized at that point I didn't want to hear what they were saying because I wanted to hear the rest of Trump's speech. So I scanned through the channels and I did find, was able to watch the rest of it on Fox News. They at least waited till he was finished um, to make any comments. And then since I missed part of it, I watched it on the tablet this morning, the entire speech. So my thoughts are, why is there so much resistance against election integrity? Why? I mean, we all should be for that because every illegal vote cancels out a legal vote. And so if you vote and somebody who submits an illegal vote votes the opposite of you, then your two votes just cancel out. You might as well not have voted at all. So hopefully we'll get secure elections. I think that's what everybody wants, or most people want. I think some of the people in power right now don't want it because they couldn't get reelected under a fair system, and that's probably on in both parties. So anyway, I'm gonna go grab another cup of coffee. It's starting to get a little muggy out here. I can feel myself starting to sweat, so I'll just take it easy, especially breathing in this smoke. It's probably I probably should just be inside today, but I gotta try to get things done while I can. So that's it for now. The deck is complete, 10 by 12, and I even got my router out and rounded over the edges to give it kind of a complete look. So I got what I wanted to accomplish today. I had to take several breaks. It did heat up, and the smoke is still kind of bad. The sun's trying to shine through it and makes things worse. Seems like it was pretty humid. So anyway, I'm happy that I got this done, and now if it rains, I'm not gonna worry about the boards getting all twisted up and making it hard to work with. So that is that. I can start unboxing the gazebo here in the next couple days and get started on getting it erected. Sounds like the Iran war is heating up again. I see they're bombing Iran's infrastructure, bridges, and I think a couple power plants. Not sure about that, but it's not good. I think they're preparing to move in some ground troops. And Iran is lighting up some of the other countries in the Middle East because they're helping us. So it's not good. They put a bounty on Trump's head, which is just going to antagonize him. It would me anyway, I know that. So what could go wrong, right? Well, my guess is somewhere between nothing and everything. So don't get complacent. Make sure that you're prepared for the unknown. We don't know what's going to come of this. If we get some sort of a infrastructure attack here, we could be out of power for a little while. I heard that if maybe a sleeper cell or something were to hit just the right places, they could put our grid down for a good long time. So if you're able to try to prepare for that, and if you have that in place, well then just a normal power outage won't be any big deal. So Anyway, take care. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.